Let's have a think. Are you planning to buy a home soon? Can't decide between building a new one or buying an established one? That's what today's video is about. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Reese. In today's video, we are talking about whether you should build or buy, or just what you should be thinking about when deciding between the two. So the time has come. I'm ready. I've got my deposit with my partner, by myself. I'm trying to figure out, okay, I need to move out of home. I'm buying a house. What do I do? Am I building brand new? Am I buying an established one? Are they too expensive? Is it cheaper to do it this way? Is it better to do it this way? That's what we're discussing in today's video. And both answers have positives and negatives. Whether it be a temporary home, an investment, or the home of your future for your kids and your family, building or buying is a very tricky question, and there are lots of things to consider, especially when you could be repaying it for up to 30 years. While both methods offer significant financial benefits and social benefits, ultimately the better method depends on the buyer's position and what they're really wanting to get out of buying a house. Building a new home? What do you need to know? One of the most attractive things about building a home is eligibility for the first home owner's buyer grant. I've made a video already talking about what the first home owner's grant is, and I'll link it in the description below, but it is absolutely one of the most appealing things, knowing that you could get a cash handout anywhere between $5,000 and $20,000 depending on the state you're in for just building a new home. The security of knowing that a new house should always come with less maintenance issues or even just issues in general is massively appealing, as you don't want to be tied down having to fix things. That is just frustrating and annoying and difficult. Realistically, it's something that I think lots of people don't consider when building a new home, but overall, when you buy an established home, you generally will have more maintenance issues. Leading into this point, from that last point, is that you shouldn't have to be renovating anything either. You're not going to need a new kitchen, you're not going to need a new bathroom. Everything should be done, and it shouldn't be costing you anything more because it should be new and technically covered by warranty. Probably one of the most appealing things, probably the most appealing thing about building your own home is that you get to design it. You get to pick where the rooms go, you get to pick the layout of them, and it generally will depend on the builder and what they have to offer, but you will have a lot of customization and input options being the person who's going to build this property. If you buy land and then intend to build, you'll only end up paying stamp duty on the land, not the full purchase price, which can save you thousands of dollars in upfront fees. Being a new build, if you build it as an investor, not intending to live in it, you can claim something called depreciation very quickly. Over the course of 5 years on your tax, you will actually be able to claim a lot of money back through the tax system. So at a glance, you have better customization over the home. It's going to be really nice to live in because it's going to be brand new. There are definitely significant financial benefits and incentives to do this process, and overall, there's going to be less competition because you're not going to be competing against other people to buy your house. You're building it from scratch. You're the person in control. Once you've got the land, all you have to do is go through the process. So in saying that, building is absolutely a great option to getting into your first home or even just a home. But with that being said, I wouldn't knock off established homes straight off your list or out of your options, because there are good things and bad things too about buying an established home. Let's discuss. So what do you need to know about buying an established home? There is absolutely a much larger selection of established homes that you can go out and look for than blocks of land, especially in suburban areas. You will find a house that is suitable for your needs in almost any suburb based in your price range and what you're looking for. If you're looking for a specific style, you're absolutely going to be able to find it in specific suburbs that you're looking, whereas building might be hard to replicate depending on who you go through as a builder. It comes with a tale of time. I know many people who have bought houses that are anywhere between 20 and 100 years old. The house I live in is about 25 years old, and maintenance problems are generally going to be on the rise as the house grows older, ultimately resulting in your house having more issues than if you were to build it brand new. Most of the time. This could be things like doing general maintenance on the actual house itself, painting, repairing gutters, replacing things like range hoods or stoves or air conditioners, anything really that is fixed as part of the house that has a limited lifetime. Generally, older houses or established houses come with a bigger land package. Land back in the day for homes was huge. before subdivision became a thing, most houses would be quite large, ultimately resulting in you looking at established homes. You're probably going to be able to buy homes with a larger block of land, which generally will facilitate a back and a front yard, or if you're raising a family and want that, it's probably going to be one of the things you really need to consider when looking for a home. Buying an established home is always going to be quicker than building. Settlements can range between 30 and 90 days, meaning you could be in within 30 days. So you could be moving in within 30 days of purchasing that property, whereas building is going to be a 1 to 2 year process depending on the build and how difficult or how many issues you have with that build. Buying the right established property can come with the perk of actually going up in value quite quickly. This is definitely something to consider when buying, where if you buy in an area where they do renovations to a shopping center, or let's say an area that has lots of potential growth areas, they're going to build new schools, a hospital, whatever in the general area, it could actually go up quite significantly, quite quickly, and you could actually make a lot of money from purchasing a property in one of these areas. Biggest downfall with buying an established home, in my opinion, is that you have to pay stamp duty in most states. Different states have different rules, so definitely do your reading and research. But ultimately, coming with the house itself is a big fat fee from the government. Roughly, and this is not accurate at all, but it's rough, would be 5% of the value of the land and house. So let's say you buy a house for $1 million at 5%, you're going to be hit with a fee of $50,000, and you're never going to see that money again. Off to the government it goes. Unlucky you. Stamp duty sucks, but depending on the state that you're in, it is absolutely something to be considering when buying an established home. So summarize for established homes, generally you're going to be able to find houses in any suburb you want that are suitable for your needs. They generally come with larger land and can have good investment potential. And ultimately you can move in quicker, and the actual side project of fixing up the house that you've just bought can be a fun one if that's something that you really want to be doing. Ultimately, these are all things you need to consider whether you are potentially going to build or buy. And there would be many other things that I haven't covered in this video, but I hope that I've given you a starting checklist that you can think about some of the things that you need to consider when planning on going down this path. I hope you learned something in today's video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps the channel, and I will see you in the next video.